Hello and welcome to today's speed build. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining us, and if not, then welcome back. So today I am super excited because I am back with another apartment renovation, and I feel like I have not done a lot of these recently, but I did do one for Christmas time and it really just, I don't know, it got me really in the mood to build more apartments. And so I decided that I want to make more apartments in 2025. So yeah, today we are here with an apartment renovation, and we are renovating the 17 Culpeper House apartment, which is honestly one of my favorite units in The Sims 4. In San Myshuno specifically, I feel like I definitely prefer the San Myshuno apartments to the Evergreen Harbour ones, but I think that's possibly just because there's so much more variety. Now the Culpeper unit in general, I just love it. I think that all the units are so fun to decorate, and yeah, I decided that I wanted to go for this super cluttered, kind of messy family vibe. Now, I did struggle a little bit with floor plans. So initially I had taken a floor plan from online, and I feel so bad because I can't find the user for the life of me. And I have no idea how, because I had the photo saved and I had the user saved, so I have no idea where it's went. If I do manage to find it post editing, I will make sure to add that to the description. I am so sorry about that. But initially I went for this floor plan, and then as the video went on, I did alter the floor plan. The reason being that the original floor plan only had one bedroom. And of course, with this kind of dynamic I had in mind, because I wanted it to be messy, family orientated, I really wanted it to be for a bigger household. Now, it's still not very big. There is only 3 Sims living in this household, but I decided to go for a single mum and her 2 kids, which I feel like, even though it's not a lot of Sims, it still makes the house feel very full, because there's, it's a single mom. She's got so much to deal with. She's having to work, she's having to deal with 2 kids, take one of the kids to school because one of them is a child, so they'll be going to primary school. I think, is it called elementary school in some places? We call it primary school in the UK, but yeah, so primary school, and then one of them is a toddler, so she's probably getting them ready for nursery, and then she has to go to work herself, so everything is very full. She's got a very active day every day, and yeah, to me it feels very full. It feels very family orientated and lively, even though there's only 3 Sims. Now anyway, so the floor plan was originally suited for 1 Sim, so I decided to add 2 extra bedrooms. Now, it wasn't too difficult to do because initially I was going to add a washroom and a bathroom, but then I decided I'll just do a bathroom and then I can use the space for a toddler and a kid, which I think was a better way to utilize the space. But if you do want less kids, if you want to just maybe have an only child, then you could definitely incorporate one of the rooms into a little washroom or something. But here's me cluttering up the kitchen. Now, as you can see, I have used a lot from the Parenthood pack. I absolutely love the Parenthood pack, and for apartments like this, it's absolutely perfect. Now, I believe I used the counters, the the dishwasher, the little rug, and also the fridge and the upper cabinets. They're all Parenthood. The table, I actually can't remember what pack that's from, but I wanted this round kind of, I don't know, dining table. I thought that was really sweet, and I can imagine the older child, because the older child is I was thinking a little boy, and I was thinking I can just imagine him coming through here in the morning, grabbing his little lunch, which I put on the table, and he's like, okay, I need to go to school. I do imagine that his mum probably drives him to school, just because well, if we're thinking like realistically, he lives in San Myshuno and like he would be going to Copperdale. So, that's a little bit of traveling. So, yeah, I kind of imagined that that was the dynamic. And then after that, she has to take her young daughter to nursery and then she needs to go to work herself. So, I don't know how it works in other places, but like for us here, we used to have something which was called a breakfast club, and your parent would take you there before school started, like at like 8 a.m., just so that they had time to get to work on time. And that's what I was kind of thinking maybe happened here. Like she needs to take them like really, really early and then she goes to work. I imagine that she does live in the city, so it is a lot of traveling because she'll have to travel all the way to Copperdale and then of course drop her toddler off, and then she has to come back here for work, and then needs to pick them up. But oh, by the way, I am okay, I'll talk about this in a moment, but I'm adding like lights right now, and I decided that I didn't like them with this build. This is important for me because I always use those lights, and for this build I didn't like them. I wanted to use the default like white lights. Usually I prefer that kind of like yellow tinge, but I just didn't like it with this build. So maybe I'm turning over a new leaf and I don't like that lighting anymore. I think it was just the kind of I don't know, the vibe of this home, I just didn't like it. But yeah, I just felt like I needed to say that there or I would have completely forgotten. But anyway, yeah, I imagine that she lives and not lives but works in the city. And I think that she's got I think she probably has quite a hard job, but she's very high up in it. I think she's been at the company for a very long time that she works for. I'm thinking maybe like 7-ish years. And yeah, I think that she's very stressed about her job, but at the same time she's very good at her job, and like everyone knows that. Everyone in her workplace thinks that she's great. And yeah, now I'm gonna talk a little bit about my ideas that you may or may not have seen me post about on my community tab or also on my Instagram. If you don't know, I have an Instagram. It is called iHanza YT, and I essentially just post little updates. I would say I probably post on there a little bit more than I do on the community tab, just because I find it quite easy to do little updates over there because you can add stories and stuff and you don't need to add posts. But I had asked you guys if you wanted me to do a save file, and I posted this on my community tab on YouTube and also on Instagram, and I actually like didn't get the answer that I thought I would. So a lot of people I think wanted to see it, but I asked specifically like what world everyone would want to see, and the majority votes on my community tab on YouTube was Newcrest, which I do understand because the world is empty, so I feel like it's probably the perfect place to do it, just because, I mean, why not? It's a completely empty world. But for some reason, I thought it was going to be Willow Creek that people would say. Not that I wanted to do Willow Creek or anything, but I just felt like that's what people were going to pick. And then for my one on the Instagram, Willow Creek and Newcrest were tied. So I think Newcrest is definitely in the lead, which the options were Willow Creek, Copperdale, San Myshuno and Newcrest. Now I am planning on doing multiple save files. It would be really cool to do some different ones, especially because I'll be following different packs. So for example, with Newcrest, that of course came with base game, so that is something that I would be using only base game for. So it would be a base game save file, and I thought it would be really nice to make it a kind of series on YouTube where you guys can see me sort of, I don't know, like decorate it, and I don't know, just go through all of the different buildings, and it means I guess I have free range to do whatever I like, add my own museums and parks, etc. I could do that anyway, but I feel like I'm not, instead of like recreating things and kind of putting them in the same place, I get to come up with the layout all on my own. So yeah, please let me know what you think of that. I'd love to hear your opinions, but I just wanted to let you know, I would absolutely love to do a save file. It's something I've wanted to do for a very long time, and honestly, I feel like it would be super refreshing and it would give me something to get out all of the time for you guys. Sometimes I think the biggest thing with being a content creator is honestly coming up with the content, and although I love coming up with things and I am a very creative person, sometimes you're just stumped. Sometimes it's you get into this like mindset and you're like, I don't know what to do. And I think if I was doing a save file, there's always something that I have going on and that I can do. So I would absolutely love to do it. I will probably post a little bit more about it just so I can get a little bit extra details. But if you guys definitely want to see Newcrest, I am so down for that. It's a beautiful, beautiful world. I always build there. So yeah, anyway, I'm sorry that I talked about that for so long, but we're doing the mum's bedroom right now, and I really love how this bedroom turned out. So I decided to use this bed from Lovestruck, which I love this bed so much with my whole heart. I feel like it just works. See, for rooms like this where you want them to feel like they're for an adult, but also you don't want it to be this super like high-end looking bed, I feel like this is just perfect, and I feel like it really works in this type of apartment. Now there is a bit more of a moody vibe to the mum's room, but I really like how it turned out. I wanted to say, but initially when I did the first floor plan that I was going for, I was trying to put like 2 kids in the mum's bedroom and it really was not working. Like, oh, I'm so glad, guys, that I changed it, because I think you would have been like, why is there like 10 kids in this bedroom? But I decided, in terms of gameplay, in terms of if you want to play with a family and you want them to actually grow and develop, you're probably going to want to have their own bedrooms. And I didn't want to like do something like have a shared bedroom with the mum and then when the kid grows up you need to move out, because that kind of defeats the purpose of what I was going for here. I wanted it to be livable being what it is, which I think it is. So I really hope it is. I said the mum had a moody vibe. It's actually probably the opposite, but I think because I added a bit more like black accents, I just kind of associated it with that kind of moody vibe. But anyway, yeah, so this is the mum's room and I think it's really, really sweet. I loved how this room turned out. Also, you might have noticed, but I tried for this apartment, I've been doing this a lot recently, I was using a lot of items that I just never use, and this has been so helpful for me recently. Honestly, if you feel like you're kind of having a bit of a slump and you're kind of struggling with building and for some reason like you're not doing interiors as well, or you feel a little bit like burnt out, I highly suggest that you use items you've never used, because that's what I did for this apartment and I've been doing it in a lot of my builds recently. You've probably heard me mention it. It honestly helps so much because you don't feel like you're forced into using your usual items. Not that I feel forced, but it's so easy to look at your usual ones and go, oh, just use this and I'll just use that. But you know, I didn't set any New Year's resolutions, but I think I'm going to try my best this year to get out of my comfort zone, use different things, and hopefully it works out well. But this is the boys' bedroom. I love it so much. The colours I used, I am obsessed with. I added these little baby photos, which I thought were so cute. I just love this bedroom as a whole. I went for this like blue and orange vibe, which just contrasts so nicely. And I think the last room I do is the little girl's room. Now, I felt like I did make this room very matchy-matchy, and I'm not too sure if it looks too matchy-matchy, but I think I made up for it with the girl's room because I made her room very mixed. So she has a bit of yellow, a bit of purple, I think she has some pinks as well. So it's a really nice mix, but this is her room. I always feel weird doing toddler bedrooms because I feel like I just want to put them in with the parent. But again, for gameplay purposes, I felt like this room can probably grow with the sim. It is a very small room, but you can fit a kid's bed in here and kids' beds are the same size as adult beds, so should be perfectly fine. There shouldn't be any issues with incorporating that and like, you know, using it as she ages up. But I just wanted to make that clear because this room is very small, but I feel like you can definitely make small spaces cozy. So I think it worked out okay. But we are actually coming to the end of this video, so I do just want to say a massive thank you all so much for watching. I feel like that went so fast. Please let me know what you think of the save file idea. I am super excited about it, and I'm really excited to get more of your guys' opinions on things. If you do have any opinions or anything you want me to know, or I don't know, if you just want to discuss anything about the save file, please comment down below. I would be more than happy to talk and to hear your opinions. But thank you all so much as always, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.